Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast, episode 64. I'm your host, Smoothman. I've got Chris and Jack with me this week. Say hello everybody.
Hello mate.
Hello mate.
Hello mate.
Hello mate.
How are you?
Don't know, Chris just asked that before we started.
Oh yeah. How are we, mate? How are we?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm tired.
Pretty good. Can't complain, to be honest. Thanks for all of the messages and all that, and the nice words and all that stuff last week. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I'm going to start by addressing my students again, because apparently they found my channel. Apparently.
Wait, what?
I got stopped 3 times today. Sir, have you got a YouTube channel? Sir, have you got a YouTube channel?
It's Walter!
No.
Oh my god, it's Walter.
No, I don't.
Get them stopped by Jack Streams and follow it.
Yes. Tell him that.
Is that what it is? Is it me shouting
No.
it's Walter?
No, it's not. Of course not. We wouldn't ever do that. Wink.
That's a shame. Please stream later so I can see it.
Nah.
Oh, it's going to be a picture of my face as well, isn't it?
I thought he knew.
Remember.
I didn't know. I've not seen it.
It might have been a reason why I was begging you to get on Jack's stream earlier,
Yeah, it
a
was.
few days ago.
Where it was. But no, I thought I'd just come out and say hello to the students again, because obviously they're only going to listen to the first 30 seconds and get bored. So I'm going to address them earlier.
No, but you see, it'll get our viewership up. So I'll tell you what, we'll tell you something interesting later about Smoothman later on if you listen all the way through. Right, yeah.
Smoothman's little secret.
I'm now really worried. Yeah, so wrestling happened this week.
Stomping Grounds happened.
A pay-per-view happened.
Yes, it did.
A pay-per-view that no one remembered happened or was happening until Sunday.
Yeah. I seem to be quite good at predicting C-list pay-per-views.
Spoiler alert, Chris won. Stomping Grounds predictions finished in this order. Chris with 8, Matt with 6, me and Jack with 4. Yeah.
4 is impressively shit.
If I'd have voted not for
You
Dolph,
had gone. Yeah, it'd be complicated.
if I didn't vote for Dolph,
See,
If I'd voted for Seth. So.
can I just point out, right? Smoothman, were you peer pressured into going with Dolph Ziggler or not?
I just didn't care. So I went with
See,
Dolph.
I did not peer pressure him whatsoever.
I listened to that bit, and it sounded peer pressury to me.
He probably was, but
I refuse to accept that.
I was probably going to just do it anyway.
Yeah, you probably
Because, I like feeding money to you guys, obviously.
Have you actually given us some money yet?
No, you'll get it tomorrow when I get paid.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So me and Jack both owe £5. I think my total's now up to 20.
15. I mean, if you want to give 20, then
I thought it was 20. That's a relief.
And the rest, mate. Come on.
Cheers. But yeah, we'll talk about Stomping Grounds in a minute. We've got a bit of news to get through, and then I'm going to kind of try and feed in a few questions when we get to that. So
The running order now and everything for this one.
is there?
Well, it must be, because you're sort of weaving a thing in together. Therefore, we actually have a proper running order.
I'm still.
It will get messy in about 5 minutes.
I'm still winging it, mate.
Yes.
AEW have reportedly filed for trademark of their show of Wednesday Night Dynamite.
I looked at this earlier on, and I was like, I swear that news came out like a month ago.
They did it for a Tuesday night one as well.
Yeah, but I was like, it just seems ages ago that we did last week's thingy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they've done one for Tuesday as well. So I think they're just filing it for all of them, and they're just going to see which one they can get with TNT, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. As rest of the news is pretty much WWE related. So we'll leave the big news for later. The first part of news is
the major signings.
No,
that is the big news.
No, that's not the big news.
That's huge news.
Jack seems to think that the major signings bit is the most important thing because Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja, and
give him former WWE champion Jinder Mahal.
erase that from my memory. And Mojo Rawley have signed new WWE contracts. Jack added to this with "The future is now."
Yeah, definitely future is now. Where else are they going to go? I mean, yeah, cool, I guess.
They're getting paid lots of money to sit in catering, so fair fucks them.
No, they'll get a match on main event. Get some sweet ass time on main event, wouldn't they?
Maharaja.
Maharaja.
Hey, Kyla!
Maharaja.
Don't do that to me. You know what that does?
Just drop a Hey Kayla in.
Just drop Hey Kayla's in.
What is that? What Billy Kay does to you, Swaythman? Hey.
That's just rude. How dare you? Evolve are going to be running their 10-year anniversary show on the WWE Network not this Saturday. Saturday the 13th of July. It's going to be at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. If you're in the UK, do what everybody else has to do and Google it.
1 a.m. Yeah.
Google it. This is the same date and time as AEW's Fight for the Fallen.
Can we get a PewDiePie face? Going on there.
This has been blown out of proportion massively,
of course,
especially by one of the executive vice presidents of AEW.
Kenny didn't exactly paint himself in a fantastic light here, did he?
Granted, AEW are doing a fantastic thing in doing a charity show, but that doesn't mean that no one else can run a show on that day. Especially if it involves 10-year anniversary. Yeah, granted, WWE don't have to put it on the network, but they're in bed together, so they want to help out Evolve in any way possible. Yes. I don't like. What's the problem? People are going. I mean, IWC being nonsense like usual.
You've had a good running this week, haven't you, with the IWC, Jack?
I've loved it. Every time I go on.
Shout out to DJ, whatever his face is. DJ Storm.
DJ Storm's second name.
DJ Storm is his second name.
So are you off to
Jersey? Or is his second name second name?
No, his name is DJ Storm's second name.
Are you off to New Jersey then at some point, or what?
Let's have a pint of Sprite with him. Top lad. He doesn't drink. He's straight edge.
Nice.
And then shout out to the matey who sent you links and you just shot him down.
Oh, he was a fucking knob.
Shout out to Kemp's asking what the score was all the time as well. Was that Kemp's or
Timor?
Timor. Spelled Teamore.
I was currently doing a shoey and he was there. What's the predictions? Timor.
Yeah, so if you haven't got a clue what we're talking about, Jack decided to do a watch-along stream with Kempster and who else?
Space Toaster, me.
And
Space Toaster and Chris.
Chris was there. And George, the fraud, came in later on as well.
Shout out to George, man. Fucking funny.
And Jack decided to do a shoey.
Matt gave me a tenner.
Actually, Matt did give me a tenner to do it.
So,
but I was not around, so I didn't see this because I was asleep.
Same again for Saturday, for Fighter Fest.
I might just watch that. Oh.
£5 shoeys though.
Plug it, Jack.
If you want to give Jack a shoey, go and check his channel out. Tiger FM.
It's not on mine. It's going to be on Toasters.
Are you on Toasters?
Go and check out at Space Toaster on Twitter or Space Toaster on Twitch.
It's Toaster Space on Twitter.
Oh,
mate.
Is it? I thought it was the other way around.
At Toaster Space.
I've got to keep that branding the same. That's difficult.
I don't tweet. I don't read Twitter handles.
You just don't read.
I don't. You're correct. I got called out the other week from one of the English teachers, apparently, that I don't read enough. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Well done. Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, that's just dumb. I'm sorry. Sorry to your fellow, colleague, but that's just fucking dumb. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter.
I said I don't need to because
I have the internet.
I have the internet to tell me what happens. Back to the news.
Yes.
Vince McMahon, this made me laugh so much before we started. Vince McMahon sees Baron Corbin as a man who women should swoon for, and that's why he's continually used in such a prominent role. Jack's footnote to this is Vince McMahon is also a wrong'un.
He's fucking sexy, though. Baron Corbin's a sexy dude.
I liked him better when he had ball patch at the front of his
long hair. Bald head and tattoos probably does something for people, but not for me.
Apparently for Chris, as we've just.
He's a good-looking dude. He's tall. He's athletic. He's a well-built human being.
But he's too busy. He's too busy sliding into Lacey Evans' DMs at the moment. So.
I mean, we're talking in kayfabe here, or IRL, who knows?
I know, he's got a wife and 3 kids. Kayfabe, allegedly sliding into Lacey Evans.
That's what they thought about Corey Graves.
He's not going to be doing a Bray, is he?
Corey Graves, mate.
And Bray Wyatt.
Corey Graves. It came out that he wasn't even with his wife, that the whole Carmella thing came out.
Yeah, the Carmella thing was bollocks, I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
Bray Wyatt, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah.
Different story.
He was having his Firefly Funhouse. Oh, yeah.
Good old JoJo.
Brilliant.
And they got a kid together now, so congratulations. I hope they're very happy.
They probably are. Yeah, so that's that bit. The big news, which literally broke, a couple of hours before we started?
Yes.
Paul Heyman.
He's back. Sorry.
Yes, Paul Heyman and
my dad,
Jack's dad, Eric Bischoff, have been named the executive directors of the weekly shows, meaning they will essentially run things creatively. Still reporting it back to Vince McMahon, however. Paul Heyman's going to run Raw, and Jack's dad is going to run SmackDown.
See, I don't know what to make of this. I mean, I'm happy that Heyman's going to be.
Paul Heyman should have been in charge fucking years ago.
But Heyman's not wanted it for ages. I'm sure he's been offered it in the past.
I don't care if he didn't want it. He should be forced to do it.
Wow.
He should have. Paul Heyman should have been in charge of every little bit of writing.
I've just seen a tweet from Derek Montilla, but it says Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are running pro wrestling shows on TV. WWE has a competitor on TNT, and Toy Story is the biggest movie in the country. This year is obviously 1995.
It's weird. It's very hard to sort of. I just don't know what it's going to bring.
The thing with Eric Bischoff is he's very good television-wise.
But is he going to be a TV personality? Are they going to be on-screen personalities?
At the moment, no. It's not. It's completely behind the scenes. But Eric Bischoff does a lot with or he did anyway, with television production shit, and he's working closely with the Fox a lot as well. When it comes in October.
See, that did confuse me, because I'd have thought Heyman would have wanted SmackDown, what with how it was in the past. But then you think, do we want Heyman in charge of?
Yeah, but Brock.
Brock. Yeah, I get that. But look, if it's a step in the right direction,
step in. That's going to be interesting. Like, what's going to happen with him and Brock and shit.
Yeah.
I assume they'll just carry on as normal.
Oh, yeah, they'll just carry on as normal on screen. And then off screen, it will just be, Heyman runs things. Will he go back to being head writer? Because he was head writer of SmackDown for a long time. And that's literally how him and Vince fell out.
I hope so.
So, it's...
not Eric Bischoff. Paul Heyman needs to be in charge of every little bit of detail.
Yeah. Because my initial reaction was, fuck me, they are getting desperate now. That was the first, that was my, you saw it in the DM's response to the straight away went, fuck me, they're desperate now.
My biggest thing was, and I put these questions in the DMs as well, was, is this on screen? Is this off screen? Is this working with Vince? What is this? Because it didn't really say when it came up on Twitter. It was just, this is happening. I was like, what? Huh? What?
What does Steph do then? What does Trips do? What does Shane do?
Trips has enough on his plate. Shane's a wrestler now.
Stephanie's
looking after the kids. So.
Well, I mean, Steph's also chief brand officer. She was. Don't know if she still is, but she definitely was chief brand officer. So, I mean, but you also look at the man's, apart from Shane, hasn't been on telly much recently. Neither's Trips, has he?
No.
Apart from his NXT show.
Super Showdown, mate.
Oh, that doesn't count because it didn't happen.
It does count.
It didn't happen. Event didn't take place. Didn't fucking
What are you talking about again?
Exactly. So, I just... Because it sounds at this rate that it's Heyman is head of Raw, Bischoff's head of SmackDown. Both report to Vince. Vince gets the okay, and you go from there. So they've either had a complete reshuffle, or you've got 2 or 3 of the major players within the WWE's inner circle taking a different role, or taking more of a back seat, or Trips. Because obviously there was sort of rumours that Trips was slowly morphing into taking over the reins. Yeah. But, yeah, I just don't really know how that would picture out unless Vince steps out and Trips goes into Vince's role.
Interesting thing that I watched this week, just before this happened, which was quite interesting, was I watched an Inside the Ropes video where...
Is this the Heyman thing with Punk? Because I watched it today as well.
I watched that one, and I also watched the one with Eric Bischoff. So I watched the Eric Bischoff one first. I think that was Tuesday I watched that.
Yep.
And it's where Eric Bischoff pretty much just talked about brand splits. He pretty much said when we tried to do it on WCW, we didn't really do it properly. It didn't really work because of, obviously it was NWO show and everybody else kind of thing. Not that I know too much about it because I never watched it. But he also then came out and said, look, when I was part of it with WWE, when people started moving a lot between the two brands, that's where it started to fail. He didn't say that in those kinds of words.
Big PewDiePie.
I honestly want the end of the wildcard rule straight away.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to go. I'm sorry, it has to go.
The problem is, that's Fox. That's on Fox. Fox wanted that.
Well, Vince needs to step in and go, well, look, I'm not being funny. Have you seen our attendance figures recently? Have you seen our viewing figures recently? This is because we're not able to pull figures at the moment because it's what's going on, what you want isn't working. You need to give us the ability to do what we know works. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, this is all, conjecture and all bollocks alongside it. But...
It's also interesting watching the Paul Heyman video as well, because he comes out when he's talking about the CM Punk stuff with the Undertaker and Brock with the Undertaker. He says, he pretty much goes in and says, they will hijack it tonight. This is Chicago. You will have 3 hours of CM Punk chants. You need me to go out there and say dirt to CM Punk effectively, and then hit them with what's coming up at WrestleMania. And the only person who would be able to pitch that and get Vince McMahon to listen is Heyman.
I remember this Raw. I remember it so clearly because it was the first Raw after it was public knowledge that Punk has left in Chicago, and there was a Twitter storm to hijack Raw. We're going to hijack Raw, and it's going to be just CM Punk all night. We want CM Punk chants all fucking night, and I remember it so clearly. The funny thing, right, is I watched that Heyman thing, the video today, and I can't find, because I've been looking for it for a while, I cannot find a WWE version of that promo.
I watched it earlier. You can. It's on their website. It's
the first Raw in Chicago after Punk leaves with Paul Heyman's promo? I couldn't find it anywhere because I put the dates. Because I ended up having to use one of a fan in the crowd recording it.
It's not like the full promo.
You
have to start, because obviously it's just the highlights package with WWE, isn't it? So you have to start with Heyman coming out with Punk's music and whatnot, and then you have him pointing the microphone to the crowd. And then it cuts to all the WrestleMania stuff, and then Brock comes out and he starts speaking.
It was an incredibly good promo.
I'm sure it's on the network somewhere, surely.
It will be on a network.
It'll be on a network somewhere. But
a full show, you can just watch it.
That promo is incredible because he starts it off as a babyface and starts talking about, Punk deserves more than this. Come on, give it more for Punk. And basically, he was a Paul Heyman guy. He was this. He was that. He wasn't liked behind the scenes. And then he turns it straight on the fans, and then turns it straight onto Undertaker Brock, and then it's so clever. And he's the only person who can do that. Yeah, incredible performance. That.
The other interesting thing I thought about this as soon as I heard the news was they brought in Bruce Pritchard and they brought in Eric Bischoff, 2 people that currently do podcasts with Conrad Thompson, head of Starcast, sister company to AEW.
there's a weird amalgamation going on between the two companies, and you and I both know that WWE are very, very scared of AEW. Not scared, but they're very conscious of AEW now.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It is. We put out.
Jesus Christ, man!
I do apologise. Right, okay. I muted that so that won't come out on the podcast. But I did just do a very loud burp. Unfortunately, the guys heard it. But yeah, and I've just been told I'm being very loud as well, so I'll shut up now.
The questions that we've got for today's podcast, kind of the one that I want to start with links in with what we've just talked about with the Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff being named executive directors. This comes from at Dre2124 over on Twitter. He says, what changes do you think will happen with the Heyman Bischoff taking over? And then as a side question to that, what changes do we want? So we'll start with the first one. Changes that we think will happen. These are obviously more logical than the ones that we want. Who wants to go first?
Wildcard will be gone. Has to be gone straight away. For everything to start making sense, you have to have a clear, defined... They may even redo the brand split. They may even do a full draft between the two brands. Sorry, I'm stepping on toes. I do apologise, but one thing that Heyman did a long time ago, when this brand split happened first time round, when they did the drafts between the two, I remember this so clearly. Heyman explaining it in a podcast. It's where he formed the SmackDown 6, where he was going, right, I will trade you some big guys like Taker or whoever else and Trips to go to Raw, but I want Edge, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, blah, 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 blah. And they laughed at him. And the writers and Vince are laughing at him. And I went, no, just give me them and I will build you 6 top stars. And he did. And I think that once they can assimilate who is going to go where and what box to put them in, and these guys are going tag or these guys will go here, then they can rebuild and start, because they honestly need to start again with some of this shit. Because especially, you see the shit that's lined up for Extreme Rules, it's fucking trash.
Yep.
Sorry,
here, brother. What I think will happen is that I genuinely think the wild card will stop.
I think it has to.
I can't think of anything else, though. I've got what I want, what I want to see, but I haven't got what I think will happen. What I want to see is we reduce some of the belts.
Eh?
Honestly, I know this sounds stupid, but reduce the amount of belts we've got.
Because I think that's, no, not at all.
You can't do that.
You can't.
Because if you reduce the belts, that means less people are getting less opportunities. That means less people are getting less TV time.
Yeah.
More people are getting less TV time. Even.
I know this sounds horrible. Get rid of 24/7.
No.
That's the only thing.
I know this sounds like, but if everything else is done right, if Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman do everything in the right way, you could then take away 24/7 title and the women's tag titles, controversial I know, and just leave it back to what it was.
Or what you do is you give a reason to watch. 24/7 title is lit as fuck on social media, and it's huge on social media right now. I tell you what, I'll be brutally honest with you guys. You guys know this already, but the listeners don't know this. I've not watched Raw and SmackDown for the last 2 weeks, but I'll tell you what I have seen. I've seen 24/7 title, and I've seen Firefly house thing, Bray Wyatt stuff, and I've seen like the little clips from that. At 24/7 title, I shat on it at first. I thought it was fucking terrible, but I tell you what, they've made it work. Guys like Drake and R-Truth and Carmella and some of the lower end guys who've got fuck all to do, who turn up, eat catering and fuck off, have actually got something to go to work for. And to me, I love that. I love the fact that that you're getting a little bit more of EC3 now. You're getting a little bit more of these other guys. You're getting just some little bits of little gold nuggets. And if they shine, then put them on the US title, or put them in a tag team and put them in a tag division, which is floundering like fuck as it is at the moment. So it can give them something to do. So I'm drinking Strongbow and I'm really gassy now.
The only thing I would say about titles is just merge the tag titles together, because 2 tag titles just aren't working.
It doesn't feel that important. I can see what you're saying, it doesn't feel important, but then on Raw, if you can give on Raw, bear in mind Raw is a 3-hour show, right? You can cut 45 minutes, because what was it? How long was promos last week? What, 45 minutes of it was promos? You can dumb half that down, and you can actually give proper tag wrestling a go again.
Problem with last week was it's a go home show, so.
But okay, I mean, like last week's a bad example, but there's plenty of other opportunities.
But yeah, I get what you mean.
You know, you can give.
I don't know. I just think
fucking reason.
If you are wanting them to redo the brand split, because I really want them to redo it. I want them to start again where this is Raw, this is SmackDown. They are completely different. They have a different setup. Their programming is different. Their matches will be different.
I missed the giant fist.
Don't bring fisting back.
Don't bring that back, mate.
The SmackDown fist.
I know what you mean.
The only thing I want to see is everything that what my dad said in that video earlier.
Yes.
Just make one gritty, make them completely different, make them so like NXT, because people forget NXT's WWE because it's so much different. Make SmackDown like what it used to be. Make it gritty as fuck. Make it the dark sheep of WWE, like just push it out there a little bit.
Bring back Talking Smack.
Apparently Fox are doing that, aren't they?
I fucking love Talking Smack. Talking Smack.
Bringing back something like that.
Talking Smack got so many people over. The Miz being one. It got Renee over. It got Rhino as creepy Santa Claus over. It got AJ over. It got Daniel Bryan over again. It got, it got so many people. Honestly, right, I wouldn't watch that much of SmackDown. I'd watch Talking Smack. I'd wake up in the morning. First thing I do is I go check Talking Smack, or I go and check Reddit for Talking Smack bits, because there was always something good to come from it. It was funny. It was all done in kayfabe, but it was funny. And alongside that, it gave wrestlers a chance to really project without having to do it in front of a live audience, which ultimately some thrive in.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the way that I've expressed the way of reducing titles probably sounded a bit
stupid.
Yeah. No. Look. It wasn't stupid. It's your opinion. At the end of the day,
your opinion's wrong.
If you think it will help,
sounds like the internet wrestling community, mate.
Bring back the European title as well. Bring back the light heavyweight title. Fuck it.
We already have that, mate. It's called the Cruiserweights. But I don't know, because it's not. When you had it before, I know I'm winding you up. When you had the brand split back in the day, one of the tag titles was on one brand. The Divas title was on one brand, so all the women were on one show, which in this day and age you cannot do.
No, you just can't.
But then
there's too much talent spread across the board. You can't stick all the women on Raw and all the tag wrestling on SmackDown. It just won't work
because it's just not fair.
Yeah, and not just that. It also pissed Fox off because they wouldn't get Becky Lynch at all. They wouldn't get Charlotte. They wouldn't get some of the top stars in the world. They wouldn't get a returning Ronda Rousey, which will happen eventually when she's done plopping babies out. Yeah. I presume anyway. I mean,
they might get Brock Lesnar, which arguably is bigger than all of those combined.
Is it though?
Brock Lesnar, I would say, yeah. Name value alone.
A weekly Brock Lesnar.
You won't get a weekly.
He did 4 weeks in a row, mate. He's a changed man.
And look what happened.
I mean, he hasn't been back since, but he did 4 weeks in a row.
Exactly. Look what happened.
But this is good. It was
the most character I'd seen in Brock Lesnar in 5 years.
Because now no one knows when he's going to cash in. This is what it should be. This is Brock Lesnar done right.
It is, actually.
Jack, what are your thoughts? What changes do you want?
Like I said, what my dad said in the thing Inside the Ropes, make it more gritty. What I think will happen, honestly, I won't be able to tell you.
Just more Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, just
everywhere.
Just 2 hours of Eric Bischoff. I'll be quite happy with that.
I get to see my dad for 2 hours. Yeah.
Yay.
He doesn't have custody, but I get to see him. It's like one of those.
Wait.
I'm going to kind of kick off the other two questions now. Both of these have come from Matt. Shout out to Matt, who can't make it with us because he's working. Bless him.
Sorry.
First one. How much of a dick is Seth Rollins?
Do you like my comment underneath?
Matt's worked himself into a shoot.
Brother.
You dick.
I assume this is in relation to the Will Ospreay, Seth Rollins
Essentially.
beef.
Now this is interesting because Will Ospreay's your bait. It's Will Ospreay to you.
Will Ospreay. Seth Rollins dead to me, mate.
Oh.
They are texting each other saying how funny it is that the IWC
they probably
are shitting themselves.
Oh, yeah,
everyone's working themselves into a shoot. Will Ospreay's making shit tons of money through t-shirt sales. What a bloke.
Sweetman, have you bought the shirt yet?
No, because he makes shirts not suitable for fat men.
Disgusting. We're calling you out with Ospreay. Dick.
Well, it's not my
fat
fault.
Man friendly.
It's not my fault. Well, no.
It kind of is your fault, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can't really blame anyone else.
Sorry, mate. I love you, but we're all fat blokes here. It's fine.
No, we're half the stereotype.
We're fat white males.
I just need to live in my mum's basement.
We've all got beards as well. I mean, two of us are wearing glasses as well. It's sort of,
beard and glasses.
You need glasses and a better beard.
Rude. Yeah. No, his shirt that I first bought when I went to see him the first time, that one fits just. But the one that I bought after it was too tight, and it was a 2XL.
Tight.
Oh, I'm up to triple X now. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm joining a gym in September.
It's pronounced Gaim.
It's not a Gaim. We're not in The Simpsons.
Absolute Gaim.
What's a Gaim?
But yeah, I'm just in. Yeah, obviously, I'm going to protect my bae.
You would think that someone who's going out with Becky Lynch would be better at Twitter.
Well, she took over the account. I mean, to be honest, someone made a perfect picture for her Twitter bio, which is just Seth Rollins with her hair on top. I kind of like that. It's quite funny.
If she did take over Seth's account, then she's an absolute wrong un, and she's done fucking horrendously. She needs to up her Twitter game.
They even dragged Ricochet into it, didn't they?
Did he? I don't think he responded, did he?
No,
he tried to.
That.
He tried
to. Probably just texted Ospreay like, "Yeah, to be fair, I am better than you, mate."
Yeah, pretty much. I think that concludes our conversation on that one. Cheers for not sticking up for my bae. Rude. What is the point of hoping for that?
It wasn't that we weren't sticking up for them. We stuck up for neither of them. They're just working everyone into the shoot, and it's funny to see.
It's just fun Twitter beef. I think it's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, Seth mentioned his bank account, which is a bit stupid, but Joey Ryan did as well this week, so fun times.
Did he say one of the responses was, "Yeah, I banged a load of women" or something?
Something like that. So everyone does it. So, meh.
Cool. Matt's final question: what is the point of hoping for a better product if the wrestler at the top thinks he's doing a good job and that WWE TV
because
is good?
You need your top guy to promote your product.
And he needs to exude confidence. He can't go, product shit at the moment.
Fucking AEW's good, isn't it?
Yeah, he said AEW, fuck me, I can't believe that Moxley debut. Oh, Jesus. You can't do that. You got to promote the product you work for.
It's refreshing to see a wrestler in a company that everyone shat on actually be positive about it and think, we're going to make this the best thing going. Come on, lads. Everyone else is a dick. They can't compare to us. Let's go.
Seth did literally say
make a war.
Seth literally said in the podcast that John Moxley / Dean Ambrose took his ball and went home.
Exactly. Build the feuds. John Moxley shat on everyone in WWE. We know they love each other. We know they're texting each other. But I want Seth Rollins to be like, Dean Ambrose is a cunt. Go fuck yourself. AEW, what's that? Cool. But then, yes, he has to turn that into interesting storylines with Baron Corbin. So, yeah, good.
I'm PG.
You're PG, are you?
Yeah. Let's talk about Stomping Ground because that happened this week.
Yeah.
I kind of wasn't excited to watch it.
I can't remember what happened. There we go.
I genuinely fell asleep through 2 matches.
Drew Gulak won the Cruiserweight title in a fucking good match.
Yes, and that's the match that I didn't watch.
It's almost like cruiserweights are good.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to mention anything about the match.
No. Ricochet and Joe had a really good match as well.
Yeah.
You sound surprised.
No. You just kind of thrown me because you've not put this in order.
Well, I don't know what the fucking order was.
Well, do you want me to read it to you?
Yes, do it now.
Because you interrupted me.
Fine.
Fight me.
Gryffindor.
I am wearing a Gryffindor shirt.
He's playing some noncy game that no one else plays. Dickhead.
Says you. I'm sure you downloaded it.
I've not touched it. I don't even like Harry Potter.
I thought you did.
I'm not a Harry Potter mark, mate. Sorry, I'm just not.
Oh, cheers.
It's either Pokemon or fuck off.
Cool. Raw Women's Championship match, Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans.
That was ropey.
First. It was. Lacey Evans needs to get good scrub.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to find positive to talk about her.
There's only so much defending you can do before.
But there's only
I'm sorry. I agree with you, but I think some of this has to land on Becky as well.
Did you hear the massive shout out?
Oh, there was that she was calling so much. The order was
she
so
called
loud.
So much. There was one where she was like, "Back elbow drop," and it was literally she might as well just have said it.
You just said it into the mic in a promo. It was John Cena levels of loud.
Yeah.
Shinsuke, now.
I remember that. I was going, what the fuck is he? Oh, okay. Now
isn't that like the?
Why is he shouting at Roman right in his face? What's he doing?
Isn't that like the one where it was Eddie Guerrero, bless him, and he was having to wait for
the Vicky Guerrero, yeah.
Where is she? But yeah, it was a bit ropey. She tapped out very quickly again.
That pissed me off. I said that on the call. Look, I get they want to make the disarmer look strong, and that's great. But you can't tap out within a quarter of a second of the move being applied. You just can't.
Don't want to get injured, do you?
I'm sorry, but you've got to really struggle a little bit.
Heel. She's a chicken shit heel.
She's a shit heel.
She's not a shit heel. She gets reactions, therefore she's not a shit heel.
Yeah.
We also had a mandible claw-esque moment with the handkerchief.
With sweaty armpits.
Which was weird. But yeah.
I don't know whether you generate much smell because out of that position because there's no hair there to capture it, surely.
The analysis...
I'm not a woman.
I'll ask a woman later.
Cool. This analysis that Bleacher Report have done of this match kind of sums it up. This was a match in which it never felt like the competitors were on the same page. The action was disjointed, the psychology wonky at times, and the finish came from out of nowhere.
Yep,
pretty much.
At least Becky won. There we go.
Yes,
next.
That is true. New Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Really good match.
Fucking
contender
match.
for match.
I enjoyed this a lot. I loved the start of this match. The super kick straight at the beginning, fucking awesome.
I genuinely thought
completely by surprise.
I genuinely thought when this happened, it was going to be a squash.
Nah, it wasn't going to be. It was never.
I know, mate. Smoothman got worked.
Yeah, exactly. I got worked into thinking, oh my god, they're going to squash them, and then they didn't, which was good. Obviously, it's good. It's a good thing. I'm not saying it.
You know, it reminded me of the four-way for the IC title. What was it? Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and The Miz, where straight off the bat they're all in a corner each, and Sami Zayn just runs up and hell over kicks Kevin Owens straight at the beginning. Yeah, it reminded me of that moment. It's like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was a good match. Honestly, I got no complaints about it at all. It wasn't slightly ropey, but they're four fantastic performers who can pull off a great match, and it makes sense thinking about it. I mean, I put down the New Day to win, and to be honest,
I think we all did, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought, well, it's Big E's first pay-per-view match back. It'd be good for him to get the win. But then, thinking about it, Kevin Owens and Zayn really need the win. They really need it at the moment.
Yeah, and then Raw and SmackDown happened. So next...
yeah, move on.
Yeah. United States Championship match. We've already touched on it a little bit. Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. Very great. Very, very great match. Very good match.
Very good match.
Very good match.
Very good match.
I don't know. The reason why I was a little bit at the start when you mentioned it is because Samoa Joe lost the title, but now
we all said on the stream.
I've seen Monday.
We all said it's like people are shitting on it. Like it doesn't make sense. I think every single one of us on the stream on the Sunday said, "Okay, Samoa Joe's lost the title. He's definitely going to be attacking Kofi on Monday."
Yeah,
100%.
And yeah,
which is where he
it was
should
so
be.
obvious that it was going to come. Yeah, he should be in the main event. He shouldn't be like the US title's dead. Let Ricochet, like fantastic Ricochet's got it. Let him do it.
Let him feud with Aleister Black or whatever.
AJ Styles like on Monday. The US title's dead. Get Samoa Joe away from it. Have him have an excellent match with Kofi, and honestly, have him beat Kofi.
Yeah.
I think it needs to happen, to be honest.
Have him absolutely demolish Kofi, I feel.
I think it's time. I think the title needs to be off Kofi now. I as much as Kofi needs an actual feud and not a Dolph Ziggler feud, an actual feud that can generate momentum, and who better to carry that than Samoa Joe? I think it'd be really good, a really good feud. This.
Wendy.
A part of me wants it to happen at SummerSlam. A part of me wants it to happen
now
at Extreme Rules.
Like on Raw next week. It won't happen, but you know,
it'll turn into a wild card, mate. It'll just be on SmackDown.
Wild card. That's the only problem at the moment. Is obviously Samoa Joe's on Raw and Kofi's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
After that, we then had SmackDown Tag Team Title match.
Really
Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery.
I love Otis. I love Otis.
Ducky!
I never thought I'd love a man so much who has no neck. He walks in such a weird way.
He also thrusts in weird ways.
Huh?
He also thrusts in weird ways.
He's a fascinating man. I could just study him, just watch him in the way he moves. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
His legs, he defies logic in his movement and his body shape and being able to do the things he does. It defies the laws of physics.
Is this their first pay-per-view match, by the way?
Must be.
Otis and Stucky?
Roster one, yeah.
I don't even think they had one in NXT.
I think they did.
Not one that I can remember at this moment in time, anyway. Cheers.
The match wasn't too much to shout out about, really.
It was good.
Solid match.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah,
solid, very solid.
Expected victory, I would say. Just run-of-the-mill stuff. Run-of-the-mill stuff.
Nothing to go home about.
No complaints. Yeah, no complaints. Nothing to say. Really.
Yeah. SmackDown Women's title: Bayley versus Alexa Bliss with
Bliff.
Alexa Bliss.
You've gone full dusty on this here. Hard times.
Hard times is Alexa Bliss.
Smooth then.
That was quite good. I like that. With Nikki Cross, so Bayley and Alexa Bliss.
Cheers.
with Nikki Cross. I don't know what to say about this.
I can't remember it.
Cheese.
I think I said cheese about it.
I just did. Next.
Bayley won.
I can't remember what happened.
Bayley won because of interference from Nikki, where she tried to.
Oh yeah, and then Bayley pushed Nikki after Nikki helped her to win.
Yeah,
it was fucking rude, isn't it?
It was weird.
Rude bastard.
Bayley heel turn confirmed.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Roman Reigns versus Drew.
Alexa Bliss.
For a
little bit, I thought
this is one of the matches I fell asleep.
Yeah. I can't remember it.
I did fall asleep.
I literally don't remember it. I watched it. We all watched it. But
I didn't watch it.
I literally spent most of the time laughing with Jord for most of it. So
yeah, we were doing wrestling terminology with Jord the Fraud. It was very fun.
Yes. He's such a mark.
Such a mark. Roman Reigns is a mark. Jord the Fraud 2019.
If only there was a video on demand that we could send people to, Jack.
I've found out how to do it now.
Good.
So next one.
Yeah. Just Shane McMahon involvement again.
Don't care. I don't want to talk about him. Next.
We're going to have to talk about
No,
him.
we're not.
Sorry.
Next.
Kofi versus Dolph.
Really good match. Finish was fucking weird.
I actually enjoyed the finish.
Yeah, of course you would.
I thought it was different. Bitch. I thought it
made Kofi look a little bit lucky.
I thought it was different.
It was different.
I don't think I've seen that before. I was like, oh, Dolph's going to win. Yay. It's actually going to come true. I'm actually going to win the predictions. Yeah. Nope. Oh, cheers, Kofi.
It just made Kofi look a little bit lucky.
It did, but it
also
also
didn't dominate in any way, did he? Let's be honest.
But it also...
he nearly fucking landed on his head from the dive. So.
Yeah, but it also makes him... They kind of touched on it on SmackDown this week. It makes him... He will do what he can to keep the title. And if it means putting his body on the line to jump out of the ring over Dolph...
But if he was good enough to be WWE champion, he shouldn't have to do everything.
Well, that's true. But, yeah,
I'm not saying Kofi's not good enough to be WWE champion.
I'm probably part of the problem when it comes to finishes like that. Cause
I agree with you. It was a unique finish. I just...
Yeah, but at the time I was like, oh, okay,
if that was...
And then, thinking back, I was like... But then you think back on it a bit, and then you go, that's such a fucking dumb finish. I'll pop for the moment, sure, but...
Yeah. Rollins and Corbin with special guest referee.
I laughed so fucking hard at
I think we all did. I think we were all just bursting when Lacey Evans' music hit.
I didn't burst into laughter. I got really angry.
It was unpredictable. No one predicted Lacey Evans, and it did make sense.
It made perfect sense. That's the bit that really annoys me. It makes complete sense because Seth can't destroy her with a chair. She's a heel. She's obviously going to make it so that Seth Rollins isn't going to win because she wants to help Baron Corbin out because they're both heels, blah, 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 blah. And the fact that they brought Becky into this because Becky's the boyfriend of Seth Rollins also makes complete sense. However, I hate real-life relationships in storylines.
Yeah,
I must say, this was a bit of a downer. Just the whole match in general, not just the referee pick. The whole match itself just was a little bit downer on what was quite a good night.
Yeah, I mean, we were laughing and joking. We were laughing and joking in the build-up going, I bet it's better go and be Becky just for shits and giggles. I'm pretty sure we said that at least once. And then, lo and behold, as soon as Lacey Evans came out, I thought, well, okay, we all know what's going to happen here. Lacey's not going to allow Seth to pin. Becky's going to come out and fuck her up.
And to be honest, she had good reason to, because Lacey Evans had probably the longest hold of Seth Rollins' junk the history has ever seen. That low blow, she was holding on for a long time.
Well, she may have seen the junk on, via...
And it was a little bit weird.
Well, it was...
She was like...
She may have copped a feel or two there.
I think she definitely did, mate.
Which
Allegedly.
There's no allegedly about it. You can
if she wants to know how big it is,
deep she got it.
But you realise that Seth and Becky now the power couple of WWE, and it's just a bit corny and a bit cheesy for me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And again, this waters down Becky even more. If she wasn't watered down from, say, 7-8 months ago, oh god, it's just.
It also makes Seth Rollins look like a bitch.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
He can't win a fight without.
Exactly, it makes him look like a bitch.
Well, it's great. I can't wait for the Extreme Rules match, for winner take all match. I can't wait for that.
Extreme Rules.
Don't remind me, I'd forgotten.
Extreme Rules where none of the matches are extreme.
Oh, this is gonna be this. Honestly, if we weren't looking forward to Stomping Grounds, Extreme Rules is just gonna fucking annoy me. Because you just know what's going to happen. Baron Corbin's going to Baron Corbin's going to kick the shit out of Seth, and then Becky's going to come in and save the day, DDT Baron or put him in a Bexplex or something like that, and then Seth will get the pin because Becky will save Seth. Because that's what's going to happen. Because you got to keep the woman looking strong. So watch that's what will happen, and it will just be.
This is stupid.
You're very, very slowly parading these two around everywhere. You are going to see very soon just how fickle WWE fans are, and fickle, and you'll see soon it'll go like that, and there'll be one Raw where they both come out and start cutting a smushy promo, and then
they already started.
It's all gonna fall apart. All sets of momentum that they've got from both sides is gonna fall apart. Like
the only thing that's gonna come good from this is the kind of on-screen relationship that you'll see with Corbin and Lacey Evans.
Great, I can't wait for that. That's going to get so much airtime as
well.
All
I'm thinking is it's a good job Extreme Rules is like, 3 weeks away, because I don't really want Baron Corbin or Lacey Evans anywhere near the title anymore.
I've been mentally prepared for what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, leading from Stomping Grounds into Raw, that's what started...
Cheese.
Yeah, that's what started Raw. Becky and Seth doing a smushy, horrible promo.
I didn't watch it, so I'm going to stay quiet through these bits.
We then had the Corbin and Lacey Evans challenge.
Backup in the world. Fuck off. You're a champ. You're a top champion in WWE. You shouldn't have the best backup in the world, unless you're a heel.
Indeed. Then we had the Revival, Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the champions of both titles in terms of Raw and SmackDown tag titles, versus the Usos and the New Day, which makes logical sense. Apparently, they're...
Oh! We didn't put in the news about the whole commercials not in wrestling bit.
We'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown Live, mate.
All right, okay. Because they only brought in the SmackDown guys so they could have commercials in between. So everyone ate a pin really quick, which was good. Nice one. Top work.
I really enjoyed the fact that the New Day go crazy for the Usos themes.
So do I.
Because
on their dancing around the work.
They've been doing that for ages.
Yeah, but when they did it to this one, I saw it more in this, and I was like, "Yeah, that's good." They were like miming it and everything. Just loved it. But yeah, the Usos and the New Day won. It was elimination tag, so if your tag partner is eliminated, the team is eliminated. That's how it works, apparently. Although elimination matches in WWE normally aren't that straightforward, because sometimes they forget that eliminations happen. Yeah, it was all right. Like you said, they ate pins quite quickly, didn't they?
I don't care.
Miz TV had Drake Maverick on it, which was brilliant because it was a 24/7 championship. Was it R-Truth?
R-Truth was the guest. And then Drake came out.
And then Drake came out and said that he'd ruined the best day of his life when he was walking down the aisle with his 24/7 title.
He still hasn't consummated his marriage. He just tweeted a couple of hours ago. Yeah. Still not consummated the marriage. I love
You're constipated?
Did you see EC3's response to it?
What was it?
No. EC3's response to that tweet from Drake Maverick.
I do like a response to your dad, which was "hit me up in the DMs, bro," or something like that. Oh no, it's to Paul Heyman's. Like, I'll DM you.
Yeah, that was
Drake. EC3's response to that Drake Maverick tweet was, "I've just spent 2 hours of doing hot yoga with your wife. I think she wants to talk."
Nice.
Wow.
And then someone put, "It's always the best friend" in the reply.
But yeah, just everything with this was so good, because obviously he said, "Well, I've got some tablets for that." No, he doesn't mean constipated, and then the crowd just go constipation. It was brilliant. I loved it. Childish humor. Everyone else was banned from ringside, so there was a match between R-Truth and Drake Maverick, so he could get the title back. It didn't last very long. The belt stayed with Truth. Then we had the usual constant chasing after Truth. He ran off, and then he came back later on, which we'll talk about now because we might as well.
I do enjoy the fact that Drake's still in his wedding uniform, his wedding gear, for like days afterwards. Where he's got half his shirt hanging out, and he's like, and he just looks so sad. It's like, I can't do it anymore.
Do you know what they just need to do is when in the in-betweeners when Jay does the lip thing, he's like, "Your lip all right, mate?"
Yeah.
Just get him to do.
It's very good British acting. Go on, mate. You're fantastic.
Yeah. He does. I just like how he speaks normally, and every now and again you just hear great broad Midlands accent just come out, a proper Brummy accent. It's fantastic.
So the 24/7 title was then going to happen again later because there was supposed to be a match between Mojo Rawley and Heath Slater, but Truth ran in. Slater took him out with a neck breaker and won the title. Yes, Heath, what a guy. He then didn't escape very quickly, and then Truth came and took the belt back. Then Cedric Alexander got involved, got hold of him, lumbar check to take the belt once more, but he ran into EC3 to lose it once again. EC3 was then very stupid, had the belt stolen from Carmella. Carmella tried to run away with it and say, look, come and grab it. And then Truth rolled him up and got the belt back for an eighth time. He's an 8-time 24/7 champion, European TV champion.
By SummerSlam, I want him to at least be triple figures.
Triple figures by SummerSlam?
Yes.
That's a big feat, as he's only on 8.
I don't care.
Don't you mean double figures?
No,
mate?
I mean triple figure. I want him to be have like 109 reigns.
109 Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, Shane McMahon, and Drew McIntyre in a 2-on-1.
Don't care.
Don't care. The Undertaker returned. Matt, we hate you for marking out.
I was there. I was literally looking up at the ceiling like, I just don't care. And then I heard the gong and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? What?
It was unpredictable, but it's the Undertaker, who's a very old man.
He looked good. He gave Shane a decent chokeslam, and he's going to be in a tag team match where he doesn't have to do a lot of the work. So I'm excited. I keep on getting baited in by Undertaker stuff. I'm the problem.
You're as bad as Matt. I genuinely fast forwarded this bit. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
To one piece of talent who has been ruined since back in the time where he was in the main event picture. Ever since he didn't cash in his...
did.
Well, or when he won, instead of winning it, winning the title because they took too long, he's now just in absolute obscurity where no one cares.
If any of the reports are led to believe, it's probably his fault.
Really?
Apparently he... It's like I said, it's all just reports. Apparently he does things backstage which he probably shouldn't, in terms of leaving early, being a bit of a dick. And apparently he's the only person he can blame for his push being robbed is himself.
Oh, okay. I'll move on then. Viking Raiders had a match against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Rip Gallows and Anderson. Rip.
This is good. I'm liking this storyline.
Why? Because it's going to turn into
it's given them
AJ Styles is going to come in and we're going to have the club again.
It's given because obviously they're leading up to this match in Tokyo, aren't they? This WWE
this
Tokyo
week.
I don't know when it is, but it's on the network at some point. I won't be watching it, but it's given them something to do. It's given AJ something to do coming back from injury. It's given them TV time, which is more than acceptable. I'm more than happy with that. And then if the wild card carries on, you could still introduce Finn into all this. Like the club go over and complain about AJ because they're getting pissed off with AJ.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So at the moment, I'm quite. It's one of the storylines I'm interested in.
But it's also making Viking Raiders look strong.
And that, yeah.
Just their big.
Like I said, it gets not only the club on TV, but Viking Raiders on TV. So who did they face last week? It was the Usos last week, and Usos versus the club. I'm quite happy to watch that most weeks, to be honest.
Yeah. Last thing on the night was the Kofi versus Sami Zayn match, which happened. Kofi Kingston won. Then KO decided to challenge him and say, "You can come and beat me too if you like." And I think you're.
So basically, Kofi can beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but Big E and Xavier together can't. So sound.
Yeah.
Next.
which then turned into him celebrating on the way up the ramp because he'd won both matches. Samoa Joe came out, laid him out, pretty much what you guys had said on the Sunday. Hopefully thrusting him in.
Yes, storyline sense, yes. It doesn't make sense. But if you didn't want to see this, you're a bit of a weirdo, because Samoa Joe should have been champion by now anyway.
I completely agree. Excuse me.
Because he's just far too good.
The Alexa Bliss and Naomi match, and then the subsequent tag team match was a little bit trash.
I can't really remember anything that particularly happened.
It was pretty much Nikki Cross did all the hard work in the tag team match, and then
Bliss that's how it should be.
And won pretty much what Ginny does, isn't it, in NXT UK?
Yeah, that's how it should be.
And then obviously Bliss was annoyed with Nikki Cross because of the night before and stuff like that. And
Bliss,
yeah.
Cheers.
And the fact that the Naomi and Natalya were trying to warn Nikki as well. I still find it weird that Nikki has her crazy theme, but is acting very normal.
She wasn't acting normal on SmackDown.
It plays with my brain. Yeah, she was going mental. It plays with my brain. And then finally, last match of the night was AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Very, very good match.
It was
not long enough.
It was, yeah. Kind of draw. But like I think I said to Chris in the DMs, you're not going to have a long length match on Raw between these two because you want to build that for a pay-per-view if it ever happens. So,
which sounds good to me.
I can't complain. I don't agree with this is the one place I wouldn't have minded like a no contest or a DQ finish.
Yeah.
Because I don't think either of them should have lost, especially Ricochet, seeing as he's just literally the night before became champion. But like I said earlier, US Championship is dead, so
yeah.
It means nothing.
Before we get into the next part of our podcast, I'd like to make a shout out to our sponsors. This next segment is sponsored by 2 out of 3 Falls.
I fucking hate everything about SmackDown. SmackDown is...
I was trying to do a Chris Jericho segue into kind of product down.
I'm going to mention this now. We can talk. We can talk about this now because I just want to prolong not talking about SmackDown. All the puppets that came up this week.
Yes. I didn't realize. So I took until yesterday to watch Raw.
I could imagine, right, when I posted it in the DMs, I could imagine how frustrated Matt was getting.
I was frustrated.
I thought you were joking.
I was frustrated at the fact you'd put 2 videos in without sound, first of all.
Oh, that was just my phone messing up. I don't know why
and the second bit was, why have you sent me videos of The Miz walking to the ring and Kofi Kingston stuffing pancakes into his title? What is wrong with you? And you said these were the best 2 parts of Raw. And I was like, what? Huh?
Go on Reddit then, like a normal person.
No, because I was at work. I don't do things like that at work. I do work at work.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Don't say a word, Jack, before you
I'm not saying
think about it. Then I went back. Then I went home. And then I watched it. No, I didn't go home. It was the end of the day, and it was just before I was about to leave work. I thought, I'll watch it again. I did watch it at work this time. But there was no kids there, and I wasn't teaching, so it's fine.
You were beyond your permitted hours.
Yes. I watched it and I looked carefully, and I was like, I see it! Oh my God! If you don't know what we're talking about, there's Bray Wyatt puppets popping up in backgrounds of segments.
First time, and then I looked on Twitter and I was like, "What?"
I think it's because, do you know, if you watch it, how do I say this? If you watch it on did you watch it on a small screen?
No, I think it's just because it's Miz walking down to the ring. I'm not really going to go concentrate.
Oh, so you kind of looked away from the TV?
No, I don't even think I looked away from the TV. I was just.
To be fair, the rabbit one's really the rabbit one was really hard to spot.
That was really hard to spot. Yeah, that was really
Huskers,
hard to spot.
Huskers was not difficult. They put fucking light on him.
It's just people walking down to the ring with Michael Cole talking. I just zone out and don't really concentrate.
You won't anymore. You'll be looking for
I know, at SmackDown, I was like...
And that's why they've done it. That's why they've done it. Very clever little ploy, that, to get you to watch absolutely everything in case you miss it. Because the next one to come out will be Vince. The Vince puppet will be next.
If we don't see Vince come out behind Vince doing a promo, I'm cancelling the network.
I'm so curious as to how they're going to debut.
I just hope he doesn't have his. Just hope he doesn't have his original theme.
He won't. Definitely won't. Well, he's got. Well, he's been vying for the Slipknot theme, isn't he?
I want that.
And I think he's gonna. I think he's got it.
I want that.
I'm pretty sure he has got it.
Someone's already made a fan version of the Fiend with the old Bray Wyatt thing.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And it's just him going, follow the leader, and then it's just dun 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 dun.
Because it needs to be. No. It needs to be a much more frantic music.
Sinister.
The music needs to be more frantic.
Gritty. And Slipknot will do that.
It needs to be Firefly Funhouse theme sung by the lead singer of Slipknot.
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor.
Yeah.
With the background music of the Firefly, so all the cheerful music with scream.
Or in theory, you could do it as what Mankind would have. You'd have an intro and outro music. You have walking to and leaving the ring music. So you'd have walking down the ramp. You'd have the Firefly Funhouse, and then on the way back.
Have it the other way round.
Oh, that's as soon as he wins, he takes off the mask.
So when he wins, he takes off the mask and he's just stood in the middle of the ring waving like this.
And then the lights go out and he just leaves.
Brilliant.
Cheese.
Cheese. Stop cheesing it.
Someone's actually made lyrics on Genius for it. I love that. I was just going to try and find the lyrics. And
should we go on to SmackDown before you find lyrics? And
where is Randy Orton?
Dead.
Knocking on Aleister Black's door. That's where he is.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely don't know. Yeah. SmackDown was trash. Do we have to talk about it?
Aleister Black.
No, we don't have to. Right, predictions for Fyter Fest.
I didn't see it. I skipped the Aleister Black segment, to be quite honest.
I saw it on Reddit and it looked shit.
That's because he was! That's why I skipped it!
Kayfabe news.
But then someone knocked and it was just like... And he just lost his breath because he was like, oh shit, someone's actually here. Fuck. And then he smiles. He pulled like KSI 2012 rape face. And
imagine if this is Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt said, let me in.
It can't be Bray Wyatt. Because if it's Bray Wyatt... I hope it's Randy Orton, because Randy Orton could make him look $1 million and Randy could eat a loss.
Vince McMahon steps down, names Dixie Carter a successor. I fucking love kayfabe news.
What was it you said? Smooth before the podcast last week. Smoothman said something from Kayfabe News, and I was like, "Yeah, that's true, mate." What was it?
Oh,
what?
It was
what?
No, I didn't know.
And he was like, "Is this real? This
Did you get debated by fucking Kayfabe News?
I can't remember what it was.
Maybe.
Utter twat. How can you get debated? You always check the source.
I wasn't paying attention.
If it's got a funky title...
It was something ridiculous. It might have been something about Brock Lesnar, I think.
Yeah, it might have been.
I can't remember.
Might have been. We'll go back and have a look.
Let's do
this. SmackDown, Xavier Woods and Big E versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan happened. The New Day won. Then we had an attack from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just for heavy machinery to beat up
Fyter Fest predictions.
Yeah.
So pre-show hardcore.
2 out of 3 more Falls matches happened because we need adverts, apparently.
Best bit on the show was Huskus the Pig coming up behind Daniel Bryan because vegan. There we go.
I've also got another theory, by the way. Not about that, but about something else. Ember Moon, when she had a match with Sonya Deville, did you see what happened at the end of the match?
Oh, they got all seductive.
They cut it out the YouTube highlights now.
Have they?
Apparently so.
It's
yeah.
very much not cut out of Squared Circle Reddit, where I'm certain that there might be quite a lot of fapping happening at the moment.
I have a Okay. I have a feeling if they were going to keep it in the YouTube highlights, then it'd be forming part of a storyline where Sonya has a massive crush on Mandy Rose.
I don't particularly care either way. It's a real bold move to do it in Pride Month. But
it is.
It is, yeah.
It can't be any worse than
if it was something that was going to be a major factor during Pride Month, they'd have done it at the beginning of June, not right at the fucking end of it.
Yeah, of course they would. Oh well.
It's a bold strategy.
Strategy card.
Kana.
Let's go into predictions then.
Cheese.
So stop saying cheese. This week is Fighter Fest. It's free for you guys over in America. We're not
essentially free over here. It's only £9.
Yes, it is essentially free over here. However, there are some members of the UK audience who feel like we're being robbed.
We're being robbed. That's why Double or Nothing was 14 quid.
I'm trying to say we are normal UK human fans who actually think paying £9.99 when you paid however much for Double or Nothing is fair.
I think it's very much a fair. It's a fair fuck. This one.
I'm just annoyed that it's not on ITV. But
this essentially, it's £9 at the end of the day. If you can't afford to pay £9, fair enough. But you can't expect everything for free.
Buy it anyway.
You can't expect everything free. It was over half. It might be, how much was it? 14 quid compared to America's 50 quid, and this is 9 quid more. Like, it's 9 quid.
My only worry, and I think we mentioned this briefly last week, is that it's not an ITV box office over here. It's not even on ITV4. They've promoted it on Fight.
So yeah, it's I think ITV must be Fight must be using ITV's camera work or something, because their feed, yeah, because there's no other reason why they would link up.
A lot of people are coming out and saying you could have put this on ITV4 and put more eyes on Fighter Fest in preparation for the live shows that are coming up weekly. You could have done this to then promote Fight for the Fallen and whatever future.
I just wonder whether they will put it on ITV, but the next day, just not live.
Maybe. Right,
I don't know.
What order are we doing these predictions? Because obviously we try.
Smoothman, Jack, Matt, and Chris.
We're doing it this time. Okay.
Yeah, we came last. So we go first, and because I'm the worst of the worst, I go first. Is that right, Jack?
Worst of the worst, you go first.
Yes, cool.
Basically, yeah, because you've lost more than I have, so why should I go first?
I thought I'd won every single. I'd lost every single.
No, you came joint top.
And I'm the only one who hasn't had to pay any money in yet. I'm quite enjoying this.
Hello. Did I come joint top of Double or Nothing?
Yep.
Yeah, but we won't mention that. Nakazawa versus Jabele.
Yeah, so a hardcore match pre-show. Michael Nakazawa with his lots of baby oil versus Alex Jabali. Please, Michael Nakazawa. I don't know who the guy is.
Alex Jabali is the owner, I think, of CEO, which is the gaming convention, which is going alongside Fighter Fest.
Oh, I think.
And he's a massive wrestling mark, and he's very good friends with Kenny Omega.
But I have a feeling he won't be.
You alright, Smoothman?
Yeah.
Windows.exe.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't think Alex Jabali will win because I don't know if he can wrestle or not.
He's been training apparently.
But
I'm going to go for Alex Jabali because you've gone for Michael Nakazawa, so I'm going to go for Alex Jabali just to be different.
I'm going Jabali on the basis that Nakazawa's a joker wrestler, isn't it? He's a piss take, isn't he? He is
brilliant. I love
Essentially, I think.
You've also gone before.
Do you want me to read Matt's out?
I'm going to read Matt's out because I feel like I like the sound of my own voice.
So do I.
Matt has said, never heard of either of these ladies, but Nakazawa has a funky last name. So he's gone with Michael Nakazawa.
Yeah, two of us have gone for Jabali, two of us have gone Nakazawa. Yeah. That's what it should be.
Splendid.
Difference.
Hyper Bailey versus the Librarian, Lever Bates. Lever Bates? We'll go with Lever.
Levi.
So, Kylie Ray versus Lever Bates. I kind of want to see the Librarian win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Kylie Ray. Because
same. I don't care about this Librarian bollocks of mine.
I actually do. I know that sounds weird, but I actually do.
I'm not invested. Plus, Kylie Ray looks incredible come Double or Nothing, so give her a win, even.
Indeed. Matt has said she's over as Bib and seems to be good in the ring. I'd imagine she will be getting a bit of a push. Chris?
Oh, hello.
Chris is too busy putting all his predictions in.
No. The reason is I'm putting all my predictions in now because I don't want Jack to accuse me of fucking copying him. Kylie Ray on the basis that she was fucking awesome in that last match.
What I'm gonna do is shrink the window so I can't see your predictions.
Okay. Oh god.
You already copied me with Jabali anyway.
Can I move on, Chris?
Fuck off, nonce.
Wow. Winners get a chance at a first round bye.
Have you seen the fucking stipulation to this? It is completely just convoluted. Right, so the winner of this match will get an opportunity, and I assume there's going to be another match at Fight for the Fallen, which is the same as this match. So the two winners of those matches will face our All Out, and then the winner of that match will get a bye in the first round for the tag team tournament.
Cool.
Before we go any further, I would also like to point out Matthew from Botchamania absolutely had a field day when they did this. Because they changed the wording twice.
Oh.
I think. Or was it once? I think they changed it at least once. So I'm just trying to find it now. But my internet's really slow.
Cheers. You're on a Mac, mate.
Shoot your face.
If you had a PC, this wouldn't be a problem. If you didn't buy a fridge, you got a decent PC.
Was it on Twitter? You put it on? I can't really remember.
Can we come back to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it was on Facebook, actually, so I'll go and find it. So it's Best Friends versus SCU versus Private Party.
SCU?
Is that what you're going for?
No, I'm waiting for you. Who are you going for?
I'm going to go for Best Friends. For reasons.
Fucking copy me.
Same. I didn't actually copy you.
Best Friends won in the first match. Private Party, I'm pretty sure, are there to eat the pin.
Fuck.
Even though Private Party do look quite good, I'm pretty sure they're there to eat the pin because you don't want SCU to eat the pin in a tag match, I assume.
Okay, who has Matt gone for?
Matt has gone for... let me hide his. He's got SCU. Enjoyed their work at the last show, so I'm sticking with SCU. So I assume SCU is going to be Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky.
I've gone for Best Friends because they're quite entertaining.
Cool.
Fucking nothing, man.
My Facebook is going really slow, so I can't find.
Nobody. I've gone past the point of caring.
In other words, just to summarise, they had the graphic with the stipulation name, and they changed. They instead of because it was really long, isn't it?
Yeah.
The stipulation, and then what they'd done is they changed a word, but the word was then even longer than the word that they used before.
Yay!
So
good one. It was try not to put in convoluted match rules for matches.
Friends turned foes. Christopher Daniels versus Chima. I would love Chima to win this, so I'm actually going to go with
Mad Guy
that instead of Christopher Daniels.
I've gone for Chima as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Splendid. Any reasons?
I had a reason. I forgot it. Chima was the one that brought Christopher Daniels into this company, into this business even. And I think Christopher Daniels would want to put Chima over in America to help him out.
Yes, that sounds legit. Matt has gone with Christopher Daniels. He sounds like a little like Bryan Danielson, so I'm sure he will get a push.
Nice.
Good insights from Matt as always.
I went with Christopher Daniels on the base that I've seen his work before and I quite like him, and he has the same first name as me, so there we go.
I've decided for the next one I'm going to go different than Smoothman because I don't know who's going to win. There you go.
Cool. Thanks for that. It's 100% a triple threat this time. Yuka Sakazaki, Riho versus Nyla Rose. I did it last time. I'm going to probably regret doing it again this time, but I'm going to go for Nyla Rose because I think they need to give her a bit of a push.
Can we see who's Matt's gone for? I'm just going to go different to everyone else. Chris, who have you gone for?
For fuck's sake.
You're gone Nyla Rose. Oh, for that.
Nyla Rose. I reckon I could pronounce her name correct 10 times out of 10.
I can't remember which one was Riho and which one was Sakazaki.
I've gone Sakazaki on the base. Everyone else has gone. Everyone else
okay, I'll go Riho then.
Yay!
Blended. The executive versus the underdog. Cody versus Darby Allin.
Allin.
Darby
Allin.
I don't really watch
who recently faced John Moxley in a gym hall, so yeah, cool.
That was a really good match apparently as well.
Efforts. I have a feeling this could be where Cody puts over Darby. So we go Darby.
My only worry with this match is, was it last week on Road to Fighter Fest they had Darby Allin go on about how his uncle crashed a car with him inside him and nearly killed him.
Yeah,
and
I watched that.
It's just like, if that all happens and then Cody just beats him, it's just a bit weird. Like, why would you bring that up?
Because Cody.
So I've gone for... I'm going to go for Darby Allin as well,
I think. Matt has gone for Cody. Cody is the NWO. He ain't booking a loss yet.
Yeah, I can see either of them as winning, to be fair, but to mention that and then have Cody just... Cody's not that good.
No, I've just gone with Cody on the basis that to keep the momentum up from his fantastic singles match with Dustin. Yeah, I'm happy. I'd be happy either way. Darby's a really good wrestler. Darby Allin, whatever it's called, he's a good fucking wrestler. So yeah, it'd be a good match either way. But might get a little bit of colour again, I'd say. But yeah, Cody, I think for this.
I would suggest not considering us 2 death matches or 2 hardcore matches.
You'll see.
There's 2? What?
Yeah, Mox and Janela, and then Nakazawa Jabir.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was a hardcore match. The one at the beginning. Adam Page versus Jungle Boy versus Jimmy Havoc versus MJF,
featuring Alexa Bliss. And some cheese.
Oh, I can see what the podcast title is going to be. Alexa
Bliss.
No,
the podcast title is Jack's dad.
My dad.
It's Jack's dad.
Alexa Bliss and cheese. I kind of have a feeling Adam Page would win this.
I think it's the most obvious one. I've gone with the same. It's kind of obvious. I think Page is going to win it.
I think we all know who's going to take the pin in this one as well.
Jungle.
No, not quite Jungle Boy. Same same letter to start the name, but not quite Jungle Boy.
I think it's going to be Jimmy. I think he's probably going to pin.
He won't pin MJF because that's a feud way into.
I think he will.
Jungle Boy. I don't know. He might pin Jungle Boy, but I think Jimmy Havoc makes more sense to get pinned.
I think Jimmy's there to eat the pin. I'm afraid.
Poor bloke.
He's not really a poor bloke. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Poor bloke.
I mean, if I was getting paid thousands and thousands of pounds to someone to lie on me for 3 seconds, I'll take that. As long as I get to staple someone, it's fine by me.
Matt has also gone Adam Page. He says, I'd love to say I think Jimmy Havoc is winning, but if Page is getting a title shot, you can't really have him lose. I would also see MJF winning over Havoc, sadly. Hope I'm wrong.
Especially with Adam Page being in the title match. If you wins and losses matter. If you have him lose here, just what's the point?
Hello.
Chris doing? It's your turn to say, mate.
Oh, it's Adam Page because it's Adam Page, and it's kind of obvious it's going to be Adam Page. He's the biggest name out of a lot of them. As much as I'm enjoying MJF, or I only called him MDF then. As much as I'm enjoying some MDF on screen, it's going to be Adam Page. If the winner gets title shot, it sort of sets it up from there.
The next one is John Moxley versus Joey Janela. Jack has put this in the predictions title as Dream Death Match, in brackets, not a death match, extra brackets, now a death match.
Unsanctioned match when it was already sanctioned. How does that work?
It doesn't say unsanctioned though. It says non-sanctioned. It's non-sanctioned match. Which means
so at the start when they booked it, it was a sanctioned match. They sanctioned the match to be booked on the show, and now they're like, "Nah, mate, it's not sanctioned. I don't know what you're on about."
Bruh.
They're just going to beat the shit out of each other.
I'm actually really looking forward to this, because I don't know too much about Joey Janela, but from what I have heard on the Reddit,
he's a mad bastard, isn't he?
He's an absolute madman.
I think we all know he's winning.
Mox is winning.
Yeah, John Moxley. You're not going to have him lose, are you?
Matt has put Moxley, and he's literally just said not going to lose his first match in the company, is he?
No.
Yeah, it's going to be Moxley, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's going to be Moxley.
Matt's a good lad, isn't he?
Matt's playing it smart this time.
Good boy, same as me, sort of. Finally, 6-man tag match between the Elite, which is going to be the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Lucha Bros and Laredo Kids.
Was supposed to be Pac. What a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Was it visa issues?
No, just the whole thing previously with Adam Page.
Yeah.
And now we've got... I've not heard of Laredo Kid, I'm not going to lie.
He looks...
I assume he's a luchador, so I assume he's pretty good, but he's not...
I've seen him do a Spanish fly, therefore he's the best...
5-star wrestler.
Definitely. Yeah, get him in the fucking van.
In the world. He's better than Shane McMahon. I don't know who to go with here, because I'm trying to look at wins and losses.
It should be really simple.
It's not, though.
But it's not. Because... If you add into the fact that Lucha Bros are now AAA Tag Team Champions, as well.
Also defeated at Double or Nothing.
But Laredo Kid should be there to eat the pin.
Yeah.
But Kenny Omega's already lost.
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Elite. I've made my decision based on the fact that you just said Laredo Kid.
That was what I was thinking. Because at first I was like, Lucha Bros have got to win this. But, I mean, Laredo's Kids... looks good.
Laredo's kid.
Laredo's kid. Lindsay Dorado's kid. Looks good, but he's not an all elite wrestler, is he? Like, he's not part of the company, from what I know. So it just makes sense for him to take the pin, surely.
Matt has also gone for the Elite. His comment is, see Cody comments. And if you remember what that was, Cody Rhodes is the NWO. He ain't booking a loss yet.
Here we go. Dun 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 dun.
Oh!
Dun 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 dun. Just the Lucha Bros.
Oh, and Lindsay Dorado's
and Lindsay Dorado's kid.
Oh, hang on. Feet.
That's Pod's title. Lindsay Dorado's kid.
No, stop taking my fame from me, man. My name's finally going to be in a title.
Jack's dad.
Yes. So yes, I'm going with that. I think it'd be interesting to go with a different option. I'm really enjoying Lucha Bros' work. I'm really enjoying their work.
They're just pretty good, aren't they?
They are unfucking believable.
Miedo.
That is the least Mexican way of saying it, but you know we'll go with that. But it's just very entertaining, and I'd like them to win. As Jack said, they are AAA champions. Lindsay Dorado's kid, in theory, is probably there to eat the pin, but fuck it, let's try something a bit different.
They've booked themselves into a corner, essentially, because wins and losses matter. If Lucha Bros win here, it's 50-50 booking. It's as simple as that.
I guess.
So it's... I don't know.
I think did you take your glasses off in frustration out of that comment?
Yeah, just to rub my head, to try and get my head around it.
But it's a tough call either way.
If the Elite win, if the Elite lose, that means Kenny Omega's getting another loss under his belt.
I don't think a 6-man tag will affect that much.
But it should. Wins and losses matter.
I guess, but Kenny doesn't have to be in the main event straight away.
Why not? He's one of the best in the world.
Oh, I know he is, but he doesn't have to be the main event straight away, does he?
Well, he's not going to be, is he?
Wait a minute. It's at Fyter Fest. Fucking Kenny's winning, isn't he? It's his event. It is literally his event.
And it's his event. You've already locked in your prediction, mate.
Okay.
Cheers.
Jeez. Looks like I'm going to be dropping a $5 into that pot quite soon. That's fine.
I could see the Lucha Bros winning, but...
No.
No.
What the Elite with Kenny at his own event?
Cheers.
Cheese indeed.
That concludes our predictions. Once again, as always, we will put the predictions onto all of our social media and potentially our website. If you've got any suggestions or you would like to get involved in some way, please tweet us, text us. No, don't text us.
His Smoothman's number is 07.
I've got Jack's number if that helps.
So tweet us, Facebook us.
Don't go on.
Don't text us.
Don't text us because you don't.
Don't write to us.
Come round our house. Drop us a letter.
Yeah. Don't stalk me at New Japan in August.
Don't turn up to Smoothman's school.
That's fine.
Yeah, don't turn up to my school because I'll kick you out.
I'll fight you.
You'd run away.
I'll fight you.
I'll fucking fight you.
But yeah, get involved.
And
you can.
I'll be with Toast and others.
I might have
come along to that,
depending on what time we get from this.
No, I might come along for a little. I might come along for a crack. We'll see how it goes. It was I had such a good laugh last time.
Bad Bookers and OGs reunite once again.
I think we kind of need to open our own Twitch page so we can do our own streams.
We do. We have one.
We just need to use it.
It might be worth using it.
Yes, that's why I texted Jack the other day and said, "Sort your life out."
I was building my own channel. Thank you very much.
Which is fair enough. But
which I've now done. So I mean, I haven't got an excuse.
Yeah. None of us watched NXT this week. However, it is the week where the breakout tournament starts, and there was also matches between Street
Profits. It was Steel Cage, wasn't it, as well? That Steel Cage match.
Oh, that's where Io Shirai turned. There you go.
Keith Lee had a match against some guy who had the worst attire in the history of mankind.
Oh, that's what it was.
Nikos
Rakos. That is a poor attire, mate. He should know better.
And then the steel cage match.
Yeah, and Io Shirai went fucking batshit with the chair.
I've seen. Io Shirai completely destroyed Candace.
Yes.
Candace. But yeah, I need to watch that at some point. I'm just a bit wrestled out at the moment.
Yeah, just check out Io Shirai's attire when she comes back as heel mode. It's striking.
205 Live, Jack. You watched that? Because you talked about Oney Lorcan and his craziness.
Oh, Oney Lorcan. How did it know? He scares the living shit out of me, that bloke. What started the match? Jack Gallagher and Mike Kanellis. Decent enough match. What was the main event? Oh, Tozawa and Tony Nese. Winner faces Drew Gulak at Extreme Rules. Really good match. Tony Nese won. Probably on the pre-show again.
Fair enough. Did you watch NXT UK?
Nope.
Neither did I. Good chat.
I've just been. I was at work last night and it hit like 5 to 1. Because what I liked, it hit 5 to midnight. Because what I like to do is watch NXT and then watch NXT straight after.
UK.
And I just looked at it and I was like, I just can't be asked. I just can't be asked to watch either of them tonight.
No, honestly, I mean, I'm going through a bit of a patch with just not really giving a flying fuck about wrestling anymore, and it's nothing personal.
It's weird because I think I'm the most invested I've ever been. I just don't want to watch it. I just don't want to watch any wrestling, especially with all these pay-per-views.
It's just because I completely agree with you, because I get to the point where I get home on a Monday and go, oh, I've got a pay-per-view to watch.
And it is a contradiction because it's what we've wanted. We've wanted more wrestling and we've wanted AEW and we've wanted all these other things. And then, and then us going, oh, but we'll wrestle now. It is a massive contradiction and a hypocrisy. But that doesn't change the fact that fucking hell. I looked at Raw and SmackDown, I looked at Reddit and I thought, I can't be fucked with this. I just can't be fucked with it. I'll catch up with the basics, what I need to know, so I've got enough to discuss on the podcast, which is what I did, and that's that.
And
I feel like I do need like a month off, but there's so much going on at the moment.
Yes, because New Japan's got many.
Yeah, New Japan's coming up. You got
the
Fighter Fest. You got Fight for the Fallen. You got pay-per-views. Oh my god!
Fighter Fest and the first Southern Showdown start on the same day.
I think I've already made the decision not to watch that.
I think I might watch the first one because there's title matches on it, and then that's it. I think.
But yeah, just look at the next this week.
Then the G1 starts at the start of July. GG's.
Far too much to take.
3 lessons at work to watch those.
All this fucking wrestling content, which we love. Fucking
piss take, mate. Stop fucking wrestling.
This is why we need to all
stop wrestling.
Have jobs.
The start of July is just a piss take. Look at this. 6th of July, G1 starts. 7th of July, Slammiversary, which I'll watch again because last year was good. 13th of July, Fight for the Fallen. 14th of July, Extreme Rules. I mean,
Man, lots of wrestling.
It's my birthday on the 9th of July. If you want to send me presents,
just send them presents now. We'll give them your number.
No,
and your house number.
That could be a present to them.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got to talk about this week. Make sure you go and check out our website, badbookers.com. Follow us on Twitter at badbookerswp. Check out our YouTube channel, Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. We have got a Twitch. It's Bad Bookers as well. Go and find it. We will start putting content on it soon. And yeah.
Sponsored by Power Slam. Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Bye. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.